Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing a Hall moving average strategy. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below in the description, and you should also see it pop up in the top corner right now. There is also a link down below to sign up for TradingView. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform where we are having great discussions about all things to do with trading. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing a Hall moving average strategy. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 19 total strategies. Today will be the 20th, and out of those 19, we have had 3 winners. We have also tested 354 indicators, and out of those 354 indicators, 144 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 144 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Okay, so today's indicator is a Hall moving average strategy. I've marked here with the purple lines a couple of trades that we will be taking a look at, so that way I'm not stumbling around trying to figure out where these trades are. The setup is pretty easy. We basically just have 2 Hall moving averages. And so we have one that is set on a 9 period, and then we have the other one that is set on a 50 period. The setup on this again is relatively easy. So the first criteria that we are looking for is we are looking for the slower, the 9 period, to be either above or below the I think I said that wrong. The faster, the 9 period, the faster of the two, needs to be above or below the slower 50 period. And so when it's above, we're going to be looking for longs. When it's below, we're going to be looking for shorts. And so it's a pretty common type setup. The next thing that we are looking for, the next criteria, is we are going to actually take a look at the slower, or the 50 period. And so what we are looking for is a change in direction of the moving average. And so if you look right here in this area, you can see that the moving average is slowly trickling its way down, and then it starts to wrap back up here and starts to go upwards from the downward movement. And you can see the coordinates over here that's also tracking along with where this moving average is according to price action. And so as we are moving along, you can see if we look at the coordinates right here, you can see as it goes 0.8046, so 1.8046, and then it goes 0.8043, and then back up to 0.8046. So officially right here on this candle is when the whole moving average started to go back up in an upward trajectory. Once we get that, we now have the faster, so the 9 period is above, and the slower whole moving average is now pointing up. The last criteria that we are looking for is we are looking for a break of the slower moving, or the faster moving average. I'll get them right here, I promise. The faster moving average, we're looking for a break to the upside. So in this case, we're looking for a long. We're looking for a break to the upside with price action. So let's delete this right here. This big green candle right here is the one that we're looking at. And so at this point, we have the faster, the 9 period is above the slower one. So we're looking for a long. The slow 50 period whole moving average is now pointing upward. And then you can see right here with this big candle, we get a slight pullback with these couple reds, and then a spike back up above the faster moving average right here on this big green candle. Now the stop on this is basically a 1-to-1. So what we're going to do is at the close of this candle, we would enter into the market. And so right there is the close. We're going to measure all the way down to the very bottom. You can either go to the bottom of the body or the bottom wick. I did the wick. And so that puts us at 413 pips, and that is what we are looking for our take profit. You can see right here on this next big candle, we get to 413 pips, and we would take our profit and exit out of the market. And so we'll look at a long version over here. And so if you follow the faster one, obviously is going to cross its way rather quickly, and so it crosses to the downside. Now we have to wait for the slower 50 period to actually catch up. And if we track the coordinates here, you can see, let's see, so we are at 8776, and then 8779, so it's still going up, and 8775. So it officially goes down right here on this candle, this little red candle, and we don't get a price action break to the downside of the 9 moving average until right here on this candle. We'll go ahead and delete that line there, and we're looking at 147 pips is going to be our take profit. You can see right here on this green candle, we got to the take profit before things turned around and started to move to the upside. And so you can see right here, we get another long signal over here on this side. And so we have the faster 9 period is above the slower. We have the slower 50 period is now pointing to the upside. And then we get a break of price action above the slower, or I'm sorry, keep mixing them up, above the faster 9 period. Unfortunately, this one would have stopped us out as price action came back down and ended up below the large moving average, or the large candle right there. And so this one actually would have been a losing trade, but then if we move forward right here, you can see that we pick up again another long signal right here. The 9 period is above the 50 period. The 50 period is pointing up, and we get a price action break to the upside of the 9 period, and we would have taken about 220 pips on this. We would have gotten this on this candle right here, and we would have ended up in another continuation, another criteria met right here on this candle. We would have gotten 321 pips, and we hit that rather easily right here on this one. A down, another short signal right here. So all the criteria is met. The fast 9 period is below the slower 50. The 50 is pointing downwards at this point. It's kind of starting to level off, but still pointing downwards. And we get a break of the 9 period with price action. And right here, 331 pips is what we're looking for, and we got it definitely on this candle right here. So that is the basic setup. It's actually relatively simple, not a whole lot to it at all. So before we take a look at the total that this strategy is able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below in the description. Once you sign up for that, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel on our server. Really great information that we're posting there, advanced information talking about strategies and indicators, discussions about trading in general. Our admin Jay has put together a rather lengthy list of winning indicators for the MT platforms. And so if you use the MT platforms quite a bit rather than TradingView, then that would be a handy list for you to have. Our members and admins also post regular, almost everyday trade analysis. And so they're putting up charts of the current market conditions where they are showing exactly where they are, using support and resistance and different indicators to exit, enter the market, take profit, the whole deal, growing small accounts really quickly. And so if you're looking to train your eye to look for those ideal market conditions, then again, I highly recommend that you take a look at that information. And recently, another thing that we've been doing, I've been doing is as well as getting a full list of the indicators every single week that we test, I've also put together an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested. And so this one will be the next on that Excel list, but tells you each strategy and which ones were profitable, which ones were not. Links to the video so you can go back and review. Again, really, really great stuff. I highly recommend it. So what were we able to get out of this? What was the total? So we took 50 trades all together, and we had 28 winning trades. We had 22 losing trades. It's a 56% on the win side. Not a horrible strategy if you are relatively new to trading and looking for something really simple. This was tested on the daily time frame. I don't know about lower time frames. I haven't tested it on that, and it was tested on the euro versus the New Zealand dollar, and so I haven't tested it across any other pairs as well. But if you are relatively new to trading, just looking for something to be consistent and to give you a reasonable number of trades and keep a reasonable win rate, nothing too crazy, nothing too risky, then this isn't this is not a horrible strategy at all. I definitely think this could be manageable. I think that if maybe even if you used a stop, some kind of stop indicator in place that allowed you to trail some of these instead of jumping out at a 1-to-1, then you could very realistically achieve some better numbers, I would imagine. A lot of these trades ran really decent, and the strategy seemed to get you in at a really decent point in the switch of the trend. And so all in all, not a bad strategy. It's going to go on the winning side. And so again, we'll take a look at one more thing, and I pressed this quite often here recently on these strategy videos, just because again, I constantly have those people who get in the comment section and say, especially when we're testing the indicators, it happens more often because we don't do a set 50, 75, 100 trade test on the indicators. We do just a 1 year, and sometimes we get, only 5, 10, 15 trades in 1 year's time. People say that, well, that's insignificant data, and you need to trade it at least 100 times before you can reliably say that it's a winning strategy. And so here's another instance of 10 trades, we had 6 winners, 10 trades, we had 6 winners, 10 trades, this one did jump down, but that was still 4 winners and 6 losers. Here we had 10 trades with 6 winners. Here we had 10 trades with 6 winners. And so you see that pretty consistently, each 10 trades kept a relatively consistent win rate across. Of course, you're going to have some variables in there that will, not be exactly the same, but this just goes to prove that more often than not, at every 10 trades, the win rate stayed almost exactly the same. And so you do not need to test something over, hundreds and hundreds of times. Now, I'm not saying test it 10 times and jump out there in the market and start trading it. By no means. Obviously, more testing is always a great thing. But to say that what we're doing is statistically insignificant is not a valid response or comment. So, all right, we're going to cut the video here. That way things don't get any longer than they already are. Like I said, this strategy is going to go on the winning list of indicators. It's not an amazing winning strategy, but it's definitely not a horrible losing strategy either. So not too bad. All right, we will move on to the next indicator from here. If you have not already, like this video, share this video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. So that way you know what indicators we have tested and are testing. Also, there is a link down below to join our Discord server, which is a free group communication platform where we discuss all things trading related. There is also a link down below to TradingView, and if you use that link to TradingView to sign up for an account, you will save a little bit of money. And lastly, there is a link down below to sign up for Patreon. Please sign up for the Patreon and support the channel the best way you can.